Okay, when you're doing linear, it becomes quite easy if you accept that every linear equation is going to be y equals mx plus c. In other words, there's going to be a number here and there's going to be a number here, and they are two distinct things that never change. Okay, the constant, which is why it's called c, is the y-intercept. Okay, that is the point where it's going to cross this line. Okay, and the m is the gradient. It tells you how steep the line is. Okay, and it is easy as well because the gradient is calculated as the rise over the run. So you're going to be able to use that to mark in how steep it is. You've got all the information that you need in these questions to graph them. Okay, so the first thing that you need to do is you need to go and look for the c value, okay, which is in this case -3. That means that it will pass through the line at -3. Okay, and this is our first significant point because that means that where x is 0, okay, where it is x, so here, when x is 0, y is going to be -3. And that's why the y-intercept, or the constant, is where it crosses the x-axis. Okay, now we can cheat and we just know that it's -3 because there's a -3 on the end. But the reason for that is we're saying if x is 0, what's y going to be? So to find out this, we say if x is 0, then y will be 2 times nothing, I'm getting this from this equation up here, -3. And we know that 2 times nothing is nothing, so we're left with -3. Okay, so if I need to find another significant point on this, what I can do is I can make y nothing. And this will become important later on, okay? Because if y is nothing, then nothing equals 2x -3. And so then we can just use the balance method to find out what our y-intercept, what our x-intercept would be, okay? So we'll add 3 to both sides, and we'll end up with 3 equals 2x. And then we will divide by 2 on both sides, and we'll find that x is 3 on 2, or 1.5, okay? And so we know that it intercepts here at 1.5, and we know what the second point is, okay? So we know that the second significant point is that x is 3/2 when y is nothing. And I'm marking them on because it's asking me to. And then what I do is I take a ruler, which I don't have, and I draw a very neat line through here, okay? And remembering that these lines go on and on forever. Now, the trick to this is that if you've just got to plot this and you don't need to find significant points, you can just hijack the gradient, okay? So if it's a gradient of 2, that means that in order to draw this line, you only need 2 points. Remember, this is a linear equation. It's a line that goes on forever, so I only need 2 points, and I don't need to go to this much effort unless I'm marking a significant point, because if I want to do the rise over the run to find the gradient, all I need to do is climb 2, a rise of 2, over a run of 1, okay? And I do that by taking this number and turning it into a fraction, and I know that 2 is equivalent to 2 over 1, so a rise of 2, a run of 1, a rise of 1, 2, a run of 1, and I could have dropped the second point in, drawn my line through, and I could have completed the question that easily. Okay, but this will become important later on, and it's important that you understand that. Okay, so where it crosses the y-intercept and the gradient of the line. Remember, and this is very important, that if this gradient is negative, the line will come down this way. Okay, so this is showing a positive trend, a positive gradient. If this number here is negative, then it will come down.